All right, the name of the program that you guys are going to be putting on is called Bridging the Gap, from disaster to stability. Preparing makes sense. What are the greatest takeaways of this course?
Well, I think it's great for people who are in the space weather news community because they've been following things that happen with the sun, and the solar flare is of concern to a lot of people. So we figured that this would be something that would give a life-saving decision-making philosophy to guide people under pressure. Also, really what matters, especially if you're in a community, is how to talk about preparedness with family and friends without sounding crazy, right? We're going to give you the tools to build your own survival teams. And we're giving hands-on training, so you learn by doing, not just listening to a lecture. So we have lots of worksheets and things like this in our little guide. And so bringing out and distilling that information, I think, is what really allows us to deconstruct and to really kind of unpack everything that's in here for the Preparing Makes Sense brochure from the federal government. They want every family to be ready to a certain stage, and that's why they put out an entire program for that.
What is the goal of this course?
Disaster preparedness and preparedness for challenging situations goes beyond the physical terrain, but also we encounter the human terrain. And I think this class is a really good way to encapsulate both of those things, because as things happen in real time, those are the things we're dealing with, the elements and human nature and the human condition. And I talk about the survival psychology side of things. So I share about Viktor Frankl and his book, A Man's Search for Meaning, and the survival science that came out of that very horrible time in US history, as well as Angela Duckworth's discussion and very provocative book on grit and the importance of resilience. And so we kind of work together and tag team the mental component as well as the physical survival component into building a community in a disaster situation.
And these are things from a psychologist named Milgram, and about 50 years ago he did some landmark studies on those. And so a lot of the things that people will learn here, they'll be able to take away, basically a psychology 101 encapsulated in what we're looking at.